It's time more great games were given the Action GBX treatment. We're back with some fantastic footage of the greatest games, including the amazing Mario Kart Super Circuit, the chilling Backtrack, and the inevitable Street Fighter 2X revival. One of video games' most enduring sagas is coming to the Game Boy Advance. Super Street Fighter 2X Revival brings all the thrills of a 2D beat-em-up to the handheld. The Game Boy Advance game is a conversion of the last game in the Street Fighter 2 series. It was the first to include a combo counting system and Super Meter. It also has a huge lineup of characters, including Chun-Li, Ryu, Dialism, E-Honda, and the irrepressible Ken. You can duke it out with a friend over the link cable, but you need 2 copies of the card to do so. The Dark Knight returns in this all-new adventure. Batman punches and kicks his way through the foes in typical scrolling beat-em-up style, but also uses heaps of bat devices along the way. Look out for grappling hooks, boomerangs, and more. The game packs some great visual tricks, including cutscenes taken from the PlayStation 2 version. The game has a terrific plot and a fine old-school atmosphere. If it can offer some serious thrills without appearing dated, it could be yet another winner for the Caped Crusader. Crawfish Interactive is one of the most successful Game Boy programming teams ever. Crawfish has some hot games in the pipeline, including conversions of several classic Amiga titles. We went to Croydon to check them out.
The main thing we wanted to achieve with X vs. Sever was to have real environments, real weapons, and the people you were actually against were also real people. Instead of having aliens. Effectively, when we went about creating a first-person shooter on the GBA, obviously the inevitable thing was, is it going to be too difficult to do? So we were looking back on what was done on the SNES originally, and Doom was done. So we realised that that was a possibility. So we set about trying to get it onto the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, the current version that you can see of X vs. Sever, there's certain changes that we're making as far as the head-up display, making that more graphical, ensuring that the AI system is more intelligent than it is at the moment. With the moves, we've actually got strafing left and right, also normal movement left and right forwards, plus we've got duck. We have sniper rifles, so you've got zooming in on the sniper rifle, and also thermal imaging. We have 3 multiplayer modes, which are deathmatch, obviously standard for, up to 4 players. We have bomb kit, which allows up to 4 players to race around trying to find elements of a bomb. Each person has their own segment of the bomb that they have to try and find. We also have an assassination mode with a VIP that has to be assassinated. So you have one person that is the assassin that's trying to get through to an area where up to 3 other people are actually trying to secure this VIP and stop them being assassinated. The reason we kind of went for Speedball 2 to start with was because you kind of look at the way that the Game Boy Advance allows you to do 2D games at the moment, and it just allows itself perfectly for those Amiga classic games and the stuff that everybody remembers with a fond heart. The version we got on GBA is very close to the Amiga version. Our main aim was to stay as faithful as possible to the version that everybody knows and loves. That and the Mega Drive were really the 2 that we try to keep as close to. Yeah, on this obviously we've got multiplayer modes. We've got your standard 2-player matches that you would have, but we've also implemented what we would say is a unique 4-player, something that we're really testing out at the moment to see whether or not, rather than having it 2-on-2 with teams, we've got it so that you've got a tournament mode where you join 4 together, but you always play against one person, and then at the end of each that match, you would then swap and play one of the other people in the foursome. One thing that we made sure we've driven, because of it being a film license, we wanted to try and make sure that it has many elements of the film as we possibly could. The story mode in the game actually takes elements from the film, as I said, with the coin mode, going racing around taking the coins, but also there's elements where you've got to try and help your teammate. The whole idea of it is that the Stallone character is a help to his teammate. The other person needs to win the championship. It's not your main aim to win the championship. We've obviously got arcade mode, where you can go through, racing through all of the tracks. Basically you have to finish in the top 3 on each one to progress through. We've got a standard championship mode where you are then trying to win the races. We've also got bonuses, which again take something from the film, where the 2 characters actually decide to jump in their cars and race through the streets of Chicago. A lot of the Game Boy Advance titles, race titles that are out at the moment, are obviously from a behind the car view. And something that we wanted to try and have, because of the blocking element that we explained with trying to make sure that you help your opponent win, you really need to see what's going on behind you. And so that fits really well into more of an isometric style that we've gone for. Allows us to have a lot more detail in the track. So we've got the wheels actually turning on the car, we've got a lot more explosions in there, oil slicks, a lot of the crowds jumping up and down. Yeah, we've got many games that obviously have been done by the bitmaps on the Amiga and Mega Drive in the past, and these include Chaos Engine, Gods, Magic Pockets, Cadaver and Xenon 2.
Email has revolutionized the way we communicate with other people. Now you can email your friends anywhere in the world using your Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color. Yes, it's true. WorldPort is an amazing all-in-one email solution that lets you send and receive emails using your handheld. It's easy to use too. It simply plugs into your Game Boy Advance or Color like a regular game cartridge. Create your very own email account, then compose your emails on screen using WorldPort's virtual keyboard. When you're ready to send your message, just connect WorldPort to any telephone socket using the cable provided. You can email anyone else with any type of email account. But that's not all. WorldPort is also a powerful personal organizer. Keep track of important birthdays and appointments using the calendar and diary, and store all your favorite email addresses in WorldPort's virtual address book. Just hit a button to start emailing a friend. WorldPort costs £24.99 in the shops, but thanks to GBX Magazine, you can save an incredible £10 off this price for a limited period only. Just call 08456 010015 and say, Sakura says give me £10 off a WorldPort. Or visit www.d3world.com to order on the internet using our 100% secure server. But hurry, this fantastic offer must end on September the 30th, 2001.
Batman Vengeance is about to explode onto the Game Boy Advance, and to celebrate, Ubisoft has sent us a sack full of cool Batman goodies. 2 lucky readers will walk off with a copy of Batman Vengeance for the Game Boy Advance. And that's not all. We have 5 Batman and Joker keyring sets, 5 Batman figurines, and 10 Batman posters to give away too. To be in with a chance of winning, all you have to do is answer the following question. Who's Batman's Boy Wonder sidekick? A. Pigeon. B. Seagull. C. Robin. When you think you know the answer, call the competition line now on 09064 701 721 and follow the online instructions. Calls cost 60p a minute at all times, so get permission from whoever pays the bills before you dial. You'll be asked your answer and for your name and address. Lines will close at midnight on Wednesday, 10th October 2001. Winners will be picked at random by a computer and announced on the Code Junkies website, www.codejunkies.com. The Game Boy Advance version of Earthworm Jim is a straight port of the SNES game, but with the Mega Drive's bonus level thrown in for good measure. All the inane humour of the original is here. Watch as Jim flings cows through the air, grabs ropes with his head, and dodges falling refrigerators. Leave him alone for a few seconds, and he does all manner of weird things, like pull a muscle man pose or spin his gun. Overall, Earthworm Jim is a colourful chuckle-along, but not an outstanding platformer. If your sense of humour is suitably warped, you should get more than a few laughs out of it. This is the one we've all been waiting for. Mario Kart thrilled on the SNES, but spilled on the N64. Thankfully, Mario Kart Super Circuit on the GBA is a return to form for the mustachioed maestro's kart capers. To get ahead, you've got to drive like a demon, take corners on the apex, clip the curbs to gain precious seconds, and use your power-ups wisely. The coins from the SNES version are back, and unlike the N64 offering, the tracks are mercifully short, so the computer doesn't have to cheat to keep you in among your opponents. An outstanding 4-player version rounds off the greatest advanced racer to date. Once again, the Mario Kart series has delivered a genuine classic. Don't miss it! It's got 5 tables and fewer bugs than the last version of Windows, but Cryo's conversion of Microsoft's Pinball Arcade is still only average. The tables are faithful conversions of genuine historical pinball tables dating from the 30s to the 80s. It does a great job of showing how the tables progressed from 1931's Baffle Ball, which is little more than a bagatelle, to 1982's multi-level Haunted House. The problem is, most of the tables are too old and too dated to cut it. Only Haunted House excels. Even so, if you're a pinball wizard and want to know about the roots of your fave game, you'll flip for Microsoft Pinball Arcade. The single-player game in Backtrack is a straightforward affair with a simple puzzle element. Based around freeing captured humans, you search the sprawling sci-fi stages, taking out foes and looking for that elusive secret door. The multiplayer deathmatches are where the fun's really to be had. First-person shooters are ideal for multiplayer mayhem, and taking out your mates is excellent fun. What's more, you can even play the multiplayer games on your own against computer-controlled bots. It's the multiplayer options that make Backtrack what it is, easily making up for the disappointing one-player missions. If the enemies are ducking under your punches in Rayman Advance, here's a sneaky tactic that topples the terrors with ease. First, wind up a really big punch. Then, fire it over your target's head. When it's travelled as far as it can go, duck. Your enemy is splattered by your returning fist. Another neat trick is to stand on a blueberry while it's still. Throw a long punch in the opposite direction to the one you wish to travel, and duck. Your fist hits the berry and gets you moving. That's about all for this month. Next issue, we'll bring you more top games with sizzling previews, outstanding reviews, and maybe a hot competition. So, what 8 games have we got in store? We ain't telling. You'll just have to stay tuned and look out for next month's episode.